Good morning. It is Friday. Welcome. Welcome to Friday. I'm Jason DeRusha. Glad to have you with us on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Big weekend on tap for you. I hope so. It's going to be a nice one, especially on Sunday. I don't know. Some of you are going to say it's too hot, right, for fall. We'll be in the upper 70s. Today, well, we got to get through a little bit of rain. Rain coming through, starting as early as 10 this morning in the metro area. Should be out of here by 2 this afternoon, though, so not going to be a washout all day, but it is going to be a sweatshirt sort of a day. 61 is about all we'll see, sunny around 4, so that's good. At least the sun will come out after the rain moves through, and that'll be good news for a Maple Grove soccer game that I will be at 4 o'clock today. Now, hopefully your weekend has a little more excitement than mine, which has a soccer game today, a soccer game tomorrow, and hopefully no soccer on Sunday. Maybe you're planning a trip to an apple orchard or a pumpkin patch this weekend. In the news today, we were talking about how the drought may be affecting some of those crops. Talked to a couple local farms that actually had to bring in pumpkins from neighboring farms that use irrigation, which, like, at that point, shouldn't you just go to Cub? I mean, really, who are we fooling? But it's partially about the ambiance, right? And apples are hanging on, doing all right, even through the drought. So we wanted you to pick a side, apples or pumpkins. Which would you prefer to pick? Do you like plucking those apples off the tree, or do you like trudging through the dirt and kind of snipping off the pumpkin off the vine? Pick your side and tell us maybe your favorite apple orchard or pumpkin patch. That'd be cool, too. Leave your comments on Facebook, and we will share some of your thoughts in just a moment. Ooh, epic battle. Pumpkin versus apple. Who's it going to be? Can't wait. All right, the drought conditions are easing in parts of Minnesota, and that is good news if you, like me, have lawn that looks like trash and you're planning on putting some seed down. You're going to be able to water. So let's show you the transition. This was a week ago, Minnesota drought. And if you look at the northern chunk of the state, it's all that kind of amber, orange, and dark brown. And look in our part of the state, the center, you see how severe drought sort of dips in and abnormally dry in our area. So all of that throughout the state. Let's transition to the latest map that just came out yesterday. And you still have some abnormally dry action and moderate drought in the central part. But most of the severe and extreme stuff is gone, and in the northern part of Minnesota, the exceptional, that dark brown, that is gone too. So good news. And that means that some of our water services providers are making changes. So St. Paul Regional Water Services, they do the city of St. Paul and 10 East Metro suburbs. They are saying, go ahead, you can water again if you're planting some stuff, which a lot of people like to do in the fall. Good time to plant bushes and trees. You can water in Minneapolis. They'll make a decision next week, and I'm sure a lot of the suburbs will be making changes, too. Don't think you're going to, like, water your lawn back into survival right now, but you may be putting some seed down. And your lawn may be fine. It may just be dormant, so just try not to freak out. You are going to want to know about this if you have a newborn at home. I know a lot of our CBSN Minnesota Update viewers are new parents, and if you got one of these from the Boppy Company, it's a lounger is what it is, and more than 3 million of these are being recalled. Over the years, there were 8 reports of infant deaths. So this is serious stuff. They were sold from 2004 through this month. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says that it was a suffocation issue. So these things are really soft, and infants were sometimes on their side or stomach in these loungers, and then kind of see how the sides are puffy, and it would suffocate those babies. And doctors are saying babies should always be on their backs when it's time to sleep. Stop being so spoiled. That is not the message from me to my children. It is the message from a well-known bluegrass band from Duluth to fans who have been complaining about COVID-19 requirements at concerts. So on Twitter, Trampled by Turtles frontman Dave Simonette wrote that he knows showing a vaccine card or testing proof is somewhat inconvenient, but it's the price we have to pay to keep concerts happening. He added, if people start getting COVID on concerts, it all gets shut down for us. Simonette says the band does appreciate the extra hoops fans are going through to see shows, but they just want to keep it going. They want to keep live music going, and so he was thanking everybody who adhered to the protocols. Makes sense. Whatever you think of the protocols, there is a practical issue, and that's what Dave Simonet was getting at. Delta Airlines trying to keep unruly passengers off your next flight. Oh, man, I don't know. Don't you have mixed feelings about this? Look, if you're so much of a issue that you end up on Delta's no-fly list of problem passengers, and Delta says they have 1,600 people on that list. But at this point, you know, if you get on Delta's list, you could go fly Southwest or United or whatever, and the airline is saying, you know, wouldn't it be better if we all could share these no-fly lists, all of the airlines? I get it, but, like, there's something kind of weird about, like, this national registry of problem passengers. I don't know. Mixed feelings about it, but I don't want one of those jerkwads on my flight. So whatever. Figure it out. FAA trying to figure this out. Whoops! What happened here? Got a plane that went upside down on landing. Look at this, like, giant crane they're trying to use. We can only laugh because the pilot is fine. Minor injury from that landing that caused it to flip. Real struggle to upright that thing, right? It's hard with the wings. If you think about the physics of this, it is challenging. This is Flying Cloud Airport in Eden Prairie. Real struggle, but they got it done, and that pilot, only one on board, only had minor injuries, but the FAA trying to figure out what happened during that landing. Big weekend for sports. On Sunday, the Lynx start their drive through the playoffs right here at home at Target Center. It is the Viking home opener at U.S. Bank Stadium. It's been nearly 2 years since the Vikings have played a home opener in front of a packed house at home. All changes Sunday against the Seahawks. There are some changes fans should know about. If you're one of the 55,000 going to the game, the inside of U.S. Bank is now completely cashless. That's pretty standard at sporting venues now. Digital tickets. Got to have a digital ticket. No one wants to be touching paper or handing stuff off. The bag policy is the same. That kind of clear, small bag is allowed. Masks are not required. They are encouraged inside the stadium, but they are not required. University of Minnesota has homecoming week going on, and Gopher Pride will be on full display tonight for the homecoming parade. Rain should be out of here for the parade to start at 6:30 and march its way down University Avenue. Tomorrow, the football team is going to put on a show of its own, we hope, against Bowling Green. That game starts at 11 in the morning at Huntington Bank Stadium. And the volleyball team starts its conference schedule with Michigan this weekend. So lots of homecoming fun going on around the Gophers this weekend. But one little bummer that we learned about, and that is the Golden Gopher fan van is missing. Yeah, it's hard to miss it, right? If you were to see it going down the highway with its maroon and gold colors, all of the labels on the side. Owner is asking for help. He says somebody stole it in Dinkytown. It was at the True North building. Brian Slipka owns this thing. Look, it's a junker of a car. It's a 1995 Ford Econoline van. But he says it's the emotion here that was used for tailgate parties and youth sports events. So hopefully somebody will see that, or whoever stole it will do the right thing. Take that back and return it to Brian so it can have be a part of this weekend's festivities. Boy, that would be terrific. Let's get back to our controversial matchup. I mean, when you think about kind of the epic battles of all time, right? Liston, Ali, apple versus pumpkin. Jen Heyerdahl says, "Oh, honey crisp. Honey crisp fall days are for a first kiss and a sweet tango only found in apple orchards." Jan, well done. Sorry, Pumpkin Patch. The apple orchard is Jan's choice. Here is Jenny Stapleton, Team Pumpkin. Yeah, I would say traditionally I probably do the pumpkin patch more often than the apple orchard. Now some wise guy's going to say, you know, a lot of places have both of them. You could go to one place and get your apples and your pumpkin. All right, pick a side. Kimberly says apples. Yeah. I mean, apple season, a little longer. What I like about the apple orchard is sometimes the apple orchard will have one of those guns, one of those cannons, the apple cannon, where you put an apple in and the compressor fires that sucker off, and you can. It's just a great sound, like an apple slamming into some target. Bradley Stapleton, annual family. Oh, Deans. I love Deans. Bonnie Dean is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Dean's Pumpkins. A few weeks before Halloween. The pumpkin patch, I think, is in the Dayton area, if I'm remembering correctly. I've been to Dean's. They do have the cannon also. Nice work. Thanks, Bradley. Joanne says apple orchard. Yeah. Picking apples, drinking cider, going home to bake an apple pie. Perfection. Joanne, you could send one of those apple pies right here to the Morning Update at CBSN Minnesota. 90 South 11th Street in Minneapolis, 55403. Just put that attention to the entire team here at the Morning Update. It's just you and it's pretty much Chris and me. Well, we have the whole control room. Ryan, who's directing this thing today? Josh, Wendy on cameras. Takes a village. Wade is running the music. Have a good weekend, everybody.